Hey, welcome to the Huntsville Hustle podcast, where we share stories of growth, and greatness here in Huntsville small business scene. Today, we got Michelle from Pizelle's. That's how I say it. You may say a little different, Pizelle's Confections. And it's also known as the best chocolate shop in the United States, as decided by the USA Today. So welcome to the show.
How are you?
I'm doing good. So yeah,
Good,
appreciate you
good.
coming in. We were just talking before about some people say a little bit different. So you can say it,
Yeah.
but Pizelle's is how we cool kids say it. So
Yeah, Pizelles or Pitzelles like pizza. But
there you go.
really, the other ways are we'll let them slide, but
That's right. That's it. Yeah. So Michelle, appreciate you coming on here. So speaking of the name, how did you choose that name?
so that is a Italian cookie that is we grew up eating. It's like my first food memory. Our Croatian family, I know it's an Italian cookie, but our Croatian family made them all the time. We had them like whenever we wanted. And that was like my favorite thing growing up. And I would try to. It says like a little star or a little flower design in it, and I would like try to eat around the flower every time. So it was always, I don't know, it's just one of my very first food memories, and it kind of also sounded like a last name. So we were like, okay, let's just stick with it.
I think it's an awesome name. Yeah. So so on this note, why did you start a business? There's so many things you could have done out there. Why start your own business?
Well, sometimes I ask myself that very same question. No, I absolutely love what I do. It was just, it was at a point in my life where it was like time to like kind of really focus on what my passions were, I felt like I was good at, what really drove me. And so that always came back to food, and because I have done a lot of different things in my life. And it always comes back to kind of like helping people or creating something for somebody or putting a smile on someone's face. It kind of came back to that. And growing up, I really wanted to be a candy maker. That was what I thought that I wanted to do when I was little. And thanks to Willy Wonka. So after, doing many things, I was like, I don't know, I'm just kind of stuck. But that was the one thing that kind of I always knew was there that brought people joy, that brought me joy. And then I really thought that it was going to be like we were at Low Mill, so it was going to be like an art studio, and I was just going to make chocolate, and then people would come in occasionally, no big deal. And then my sister would come in and do like the dishes on the weekend. She already had a full-time job, but that's nearly not what Huntsville had in store for us. Um, but it's still very much that art studio feel and everything like that. But I think this was something that people really craved in Huntsville, something different, something fun, and experience. So yeah,
Yeah, if you've
yeah,
never gone, you got to go. I mean,
you
it's
got to go.
you've had chocolate before, you've had candies and things like that, but you haven't had Pizelle's. It's
Right.
definitely it's right
I
there.
love it when people come in and they're just like, we've been all over the world. We just came back from Europe. We came back here, and your chocolate is better or than anything I've ever had, and it just makes me so happy. So
There you
we
go.
put a lot of love and passion into what we do. So
And that's why you're the best in the United States, possibly the
yeah,
world. They only did the United States, but it's possibly the
right.
world. So we'll see about that title next. So what makes Huntsville such a great place for your business?
Well, I mean, I think the art and the art and tech scene kind of melding together was really is something different than you're going to find anywhere else, and that's a perfect place for chocolate because chocolate is very, very technical. There's so much science behind working with chocolate or pastry, that kind of stuff. And then the art side also is, we have a great underground. I mean, that's becoming not so underground art scene here. And so we thought, I guess when I started it, that wasn't something that I like thought about. Like, okay, this is technical and then artist related. But the more we got going, and really within the first year, we were like, yes, this is what this makes sense for us. And so Huntsville was a perfect place for that because Huntsville is, of course, different than anywhere else, especially in Alabama. So we have people that really resonate with the technical and really resonate with the artist side. So it's been great.
That's it. So tell me a little bit about the team. I know you've got a great team over there, Pizelle's. Tell me a little bit about the team.
Oh gosh, we have a great team. Um, we have had so many, wonderful employees over the years, and they really have kind of spiraled Pizzelle's into what it is. I mean, everyone's personalities when they come in here, everyone brings something to the table. So our team is like filled with very, either an artist or someone that is has a lot of experience, like Jennifer Sherman, a lot of catering experience, and or like our executive pastry chef Emily Hawkins. She is a Culinary Institute of America graduate, and she's our buttercream artist. So we have these really highly trained people, but of course it is very hard to find these highly trained people, but they do exist, and thankfully we have them. They bring something amazing every day to the table, like whether it's a flavor, a design, a decoration, just their attitude, ideas. And so we really, a lot of these people have been here. We've had our longest employee was for 9 years. Our executive pastry chef's been here for 8, going on 9 years. So we have people that stick with us because it's unlike anywhere else.
Yeah, they want to be a part of something. That's
exactly. And we want, it's not just like, it's not my show, it's everyone's show. And I think that that's really important for them to feel, ownership and autonomy when they're here. So yeah.
You kind of have to experience what you guys do, but what makes you different from your competition? We've mentioned a couple things. How would you describe it?
Well, I think also, we don't have a lot of competition in town. We have some wonderful like dessert companies and that kind of stuff. And, I don't feel like they're necessarily like competition. Everyone does something a little bit different, but chocolate, like what we do, chocolate bonbons and that kind of stuff, is a very niche market. Even in the United States, it's a very niche market. What sets us apart here is because we are an experience. So people can come in. We are a very open kitchen. So I feel like when people come into, especially this new location at Campus 805, this is like, you're coming into our home. You're coming into our kitchen. We don't hide anything from you. You can watch us do dishes. You're going to watch us pack, items right here. All of these things. So I feel like it is this very like almost cozy atmosphere when you come in, and you feel like you're a part of it. So I think that sets us apart from other people, I feel like.
Yeah, we keep saying you just got to go. We're not going to describe it anymore. Just go by there. Come on. If you haven't gone, that's on you. Come on. Hey.
Right.
How long have you been in business?
This will be 11 and a half years.
You've had 11 and a half years to go by there.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and we're even like more accessible now at Campus 805. You can just, park and walk in here. You don't have to like wander around everywhere. So yeah, we're right here. Come in and say hi, and we've got, chocolates, pastries, confections, coffees, wine, beer. We are launching a cocktail, our menu. So we've got a little bit for everybody.
And if none of those, you can always watch dishes. There you go.
Exactly. There you go. I know.
It's something for everybody.
Whatever floats your boat.
Kids love it when you watch dishes together. It's just good family.
Oh, no. They love it.
So you have 11 and a half years being a business owner. What's been your proudest moment?
Oh, gosh. I have a lot of proud moments. A lot of them, have to do with, the staff that, we have here. And then just kind of like when everyone is working like a well-oiled machine, and everyone is, their spirits are up and everything just works perfectly. It's a very proud moment for people to walk in and really be able to experience that. Love it when a kid comes in, or an adult, it doesn't matter. They come in and they're just like, eyes are like filled with wonder, like, what did we walk into? That's always a proud moment. Or when, when people come in and they're just excited to be here and, give us lots of compliments and how, comfortable and welcome it is. And then we've of course won awards and that kind of stuff. I was a Women Honoring Women from the WEDC Foundation honoree this year. That was a very proud moment. I like to say that it was for the shop, and another, when Charlie, the original Charlie Bucket from Willy Wonka, he came to visit us, and that was almost fainted. That was a very proud moment of mine. So we have lots over the last 11 and a half years. And I think we'll just, I feel like every day, there's like a little light that shines, and it just makes me, really proud to do, what we do. So
Yeah. Who's mad when they're in the chocolate place, right?
I know exactly. I mean, even if you come in mad, you're not going to leave mad. Hopefully,
Oh.
we very rarely have that.
So if you could change one thing about the business environment here in Huntsville, what would it be?
I think that the food scene is up and coming, um, and I can't wait till it kind of like hits um, more of this like peak of a little bit less big box, um, restaurants and more like of these small kind of niche, restaurants or cafes, that kind of stuff. I think it's just, I think we just have to wait it out. But that's what I think I wish that there was more variety here. And I know that it's coming, but that's kind of, but I mean, I think that I can't, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I mean, the community of Huntsville has been so amazing to us. That's, I mean, I thank them for, our win for the USA Today and for all the support and for being here for 11 and a half years. So the city of Huntsville in this area, I mean, they're everything to us. So there's not a whole lot I would change.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right that it's slowly changing. We're getting there.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Nothing happens fast, but it's happening.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
positive. So I know people think that owning a business is all sunshine and rainbows, but what's your biggest pain point right now as a business owner?
Well, now that we have moved, we are still kind of figuring our flow out. Like everything gets reorganized like every single day and that kind of stuff. A pain point has always been like staffing. We always find really amazing people to come be a part of our team, but it's getting those people because, we need someone that is an artist, that is a hustler, that has so much attention to detail. So when we're looking for somebody, I mean, to find someone that ticks all the boxes is hard. That's for sure. And I think everyone talks about staffing, finding the right staff, finding people to work really hard, that kind of stuff. But I think the people that we have, coming in and they believe in what we do. I mean, they're get to talk to they're not behind the scenes. They're bam right up front. So, but I think that staffing and I think that I guess it's just like after 11 years at one space, you knew where everything was. You knew how everything worked. Everything was where it was supposed to be. So here we're figuring that out, and I think it's going to be several more years before we get it all figured out.
Yeah, it's hard to undo that muscle memory from 11 years.
It absolutely.
I was going to ask you what's your most memorable moment, but I'm going to hijack this one because you mentioned it earlier. I want to
Yeah.
tell me more about Charlie Bucket coming into your place. How did that all
Yeah.
happen? Tell me more about it.
So we were. This was in our very close to when we opened. It was probably in the first. It was in the first 3 years of us opening. And he was here emceeing an event for what is now Thrive, Alabama. And they were doing like a Willy Wonka themed event. We were catering it, and of course they asked us because we're a chocolate shop, and But so he came here, and off the plane they brought him to the shop, and we just got to hang out with him. I swear I almost fainted. We got to hang out with him. He came into our kitchen later on that night. We sat down with him in our shop. So it was just like it was a dream come true to have him here. So and for everyone at Thrive Alabama, what is now it was the AIDS Action Coalition, AAC, but for all of them to help us get our.
That was an amazing night. I went to that event. Man, it was like you were at Willy
I
Wonka.
know, right?
So
Wasn't it
cool.
amazing? Oh
Really
my
amazing.
gosh.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Carrie Klaus. She's moved out of town. He's awesome. So I know it's probably happened over the years. Tell me about a moment where you thought about giving up and why you didn't.
I honestly haven't thought about giving up. There hasn't been any time. I think like the closest, which wasn't even like I was going to give up. It was just like a really stressful time was when we moved here. Going from a giant space with two kitchens, three storage units, all of these things, and then getting into a much smaller space. It was like really stressful. So I think my mind was like spinning. But there's never a time that I was like, this is not what needs to be done here. This is not what I mean. Like I never thought about giving up. So yeah, I don't know that there is a time I absolutely love what I do every day. I mean, some days I'm going to tell you it's work. Some days it's not like, but some days it's like the most fun ever. So, but yeah, there's, I don't know. I wish I could think about a time where I wanted to give up, but there hasn't really been one.
There is no plan B. I love
There is no plan B. Nope, no.
you're a chocolate destiny. This you got to.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, like every year there's just like new fun things happening, new events, new experiences, new opportunities. So there's never been really a time for us to relax and be like, oh, is this what we want to do? Even if there is a time for the relax, I wouldn't do anything else.
There you go.
So,
So
yeah.
is there an app or some technology you started using recently that's really helped you?
No, and I'm going to say that I am the worst at technology. I can check my email, but let's not be, I'm not going to say that I can do a whole lot more than there. I can work on Canva really really well. I will just say that's my like app of choice. And like Instagram has been, of course, really great for me. That's kind of like my voice on our Instagram page. I have my personal one, but I never use it. So that has really given us a lot of exposure. But so I would say Instagram and I would say Canva, because when you're a business owner, you become a little bit of everything. You're a plumber, you're a graphic designer, you're all of the things. We always joke about if we had to redo our resume, how long it would be. So Canva has been really good at my remedial graphic design skills.
You got to step up and figure it out, right?
Right,
What you
exactly.
guys do is so a perfect fit for Instagram. You guys do a great.
Yeah,
If you're not following right now, you got to go follow them right now. The colors and the
please do.
shapes and how you got to arrange things, it's just built for Instagram. You guys, that's perfect for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So,
been great.
how about on this side? Is there a habit or routine that's helped you become successful?
Uh, Well, I think making sure that you connect with with the staff, I think that that is really important, and not just like coming in and saying hi, but like really connect with them. They're family, and that is, sometimes family doesn't always see eye to eye. Sometimes family is inseparable, you just kind of have to go with the roll with the punches when it's with that. But I would say that that is making sure you're connecting on a, fairly, it doesn't have to be, a best friend, but I want them to know that they're safe here, and they have autonomy and they have a voice and they're really valued here. And then, I always like, I learned this from Oscar Gutierrez, the great Oscar Gutierrez, is that, I mean, I worked at Bandito now, I mean, when I was younger for like 14 years on and off. So, but he thanked his employees every single day. Every time I walked out of from my shift, he thanked me. And I do that here too. And I know that sometimes, I mean, maybe someone doesn't care about that, but I cared about it when I was growing up. And I think that like just the small things go a really long way. So just making sure that they feel valued and they're thanked every day for all of their hard work.
I
So I
think
think that that's, yeah,
I think everyone wants to feel seen. Like I'm not just
right.
punching the clock. I'm just showing up every day. Nobody cares
Exactly.
what I do. I mean, you value their employees. You talk about that's just so hard to find. You definitely want
Right.
to keep them, and you definitely honor them and care for them. So that's a great attitude.
Exactly.
I think a lot of bosses and business owners are missing. So I think you're on the
Right.
cutting edge of that end. And shout out to
I
him.
think so.
What an amazing business owner and what a
I
legacy
know.
he left.
Exactly.
Is there someone that you'd like to thank on your journey that helped you become successful?
Oh, gosh, I have a million people. And again, I'm going to say, I mean, my staff helps me every single day. My mom and my sister, wonderful. And everyone in the community. I mean, there are people that I always look up to in the community that have, kind of gone above and beyond. A lot of our customers that have been coming in here since day one, we have pictures of them, 11 and a half years ago, and they're still in here every single week. So to those people that, I really am thankful, for those in the community. The school that I teach out of, so I teach a master class, decorating class through Ecole Chocolat, which is an international online chocolate school. They have helped me. They kind of shaped me in a lot of ways to become, a better chocolatier and a better business owner, a better teacher. So, but man, I don't know. I don't know. There's just like so many people I think on a day to day basis that come in here or that I just kind of meet out. When I was doing the, Women Honoring Women event, every from the WEDC Foundation. I mean, and the other honorees, I mean, they all really spoke to me, and it was just amazing to meet all these really important, powerful, especially women in our community, and to be a part of that. So
Yeah, they say it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to be a successful business owner. I
it
mean,
does,
that's
absolutely.
just off the top of your head. You just named, 30 people
Exactly.
that you had that could help you along the way. So it takes a lot of that, and it takes the community as well. So that's,
It
and I know you
does.
can think back when you first opened, there's probably people that still come to your shop, and that's
Oh
just an
yeah,
amazing feeling.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And I think making sure that people know that there are so many resources in this community. If you're thinking about opening a business, or you just need help along the way, or you're in a pain point, I mean, there's so many resources. And so I think that you just reach out to, I mean, even a small business owner, and be like, how did you do this? It's a small, still, I mean, I know that Huntsville is the largest city, but it's still very much a small town. And so you just kind of have to lean on your neighbors
Yeah.
to get through. So,
I think you'd be surprised how helpful people can be if you
oh
ask for
yeah.
it. So that's why we started this podcast, because everyone I've talked to, every business owner, they want to help other business owners because they
Yep.
know it's going to turn around and help them as well. That's why we started this thing. So I know that's how you live your life. So that's why I wanted to have
Yep.
you on here. So
Absolutely.
kind of in that
Absolutely.
same vein, is there a business owner in our community that you admire?
So there are several that I definitely admire. I mean, I will say, like, I love what Jenny Askins does. I will say we work with her quite a lot too, with catering events. There are a lot of other small business owners that I kind of like ask for help, or we just powwow. Like the folks at Angela Good Company Cafe, wonderful. I mean, I'm just thinking, I mean, there are a million of them, but those are, two that I kind of look at, and see what are they up to, look at the amazing things that they're doing. And yeah, I mean, and like, just for instance, I'm looking out the door right here, and there's Yellowhammer, and I really look up to, Ethan. He's built such an amazing company with Yellowhammer Brewing, and we did actually go to high school together, which is cool. We're right here next to each other. So again, very small town. So I think I really look up to a lot of the other small business owners. Again, it takes a village, and we're all kind of like learning from each other. So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You go to high school and then your neighbors and then big one.
Yeah, and I grew up with Sandy, who owns Fringe Salon right next door. So I mean, it's all just like, you know, it's all very community. It's like, it's a little bit like, it's not high school anymore, but it feels comfortable like that. So
Yeah, that's cool. So,
yeah.
is there a person or a business that you would like to work with that you're not currently working with?
Oh gosh. I don't know. I'd love to collaborate, with other businesses, see how we can work together, whether it's on events or a certain product or anything like that. So I'm always open to working with other small businesses. We're, in downtown Huntsville, so, and I know that there are so many other, there's Mid City, there's, all these other places, and to try to kind of connect with people, that are outside of our neck of the woods, I think would be great.
Hey, if you're listening right now, I don't care what business you have. Chocolate can help your business. It
Exactly.
can, it can open doors. It can help your current clients. It can do so much. Chocolate is magical. With Michelle and her team, they can help you. I don't even know what you do for a business, but I know they can help you. So
Right.
So if someone came to you and, hey, I'm thinking about starting a small business, what's some advice you would give them?
Do it. I'm just kidding. No, it's really amazing, and but just know going in that you're gonna miss birthdays, you're gonna miss special events, you're gonna your legs are gonna hurt, all of those things. Wonderful though. Um, but I think that, let's see, I think that making sure that you stay true to your vision for sure, but you don't get married to it to where you cannot change and adapt with the times or with what your customers want. Your customers will tell you what they want if they're not buying something, or if something along those lines. So I think just making sure that your adaptability is because I've seen other small business owners where they're just like, this is what I do, and I will not, I will not change, even though my business is not doing well. I'm not going to adapt or give people, what they really want. So I think that adaptability, if someone's going to do something, make sure that you go in it knowing that, things will change. It's not going to look like what you thought. Like when we started, we expanded after 3 years at the Low Mill space. And we were like, okay, we want it to be kind of a sit down dessert cafe. We had amazing food and everything like that. And we worked really hard on our menu and our items and that kind of stuff. But the hours weren't conducive to it. But it was just not what people wanted at that time. So we had to pivot. And that was okay. We couldn't be married to that. Our customers were telling us what they wanted. So I think just listening to your customers, adapt, go with the flow, and stay, really connect with the community. Again, make everyone's your friend, everyone's your neighbor. There's no competition. There's no special sauce here, So, and I think that for a long time there was that oh, I don't want to give this is the information that I found out. I don't want to give that to somebody else. It's going to be, there's not really any of that anymore. Let's just help each other out.
That's awesome advice. Stay true to your vision, but be flexible is so important.
Yeah.
And it's not what you want. It really doesn't matter what you want.
Right.
It's what your clients want. You guys listen to that. You're great about that and adapting and things like that. So if you're a business going in, you may have what you think it looks like. And then it's not going to look like that when you're fully formed. So it's okay.
Right. Exactly.
Just be okay with that. So
yeah.
Well, Michelle, this has been awesome. To tell people, first of all, where can they find you at Campus 805?
So we're in the Student Union building at Campus 805 at 2500 Clinton Avenue, Suite D. We are in between X Golf and Fringe Salon. So if you pull into the Yellowhammer parking lot, we're in that little one-story building over there. And so the only day that we're closed is Monday. So you can find us any other day. Got our hours and menu and everything on our website, Pizelle'sConfections.com. So yeah, hope to see y'all.
What's your Instagram?
It's Pizelle's Confections. Just all one word. Mm-hmm.
I will link all that in show notes. If you're not like me, if you don't spell that great, it's okay. We got you. Click on there.
2 C's, 2 L's.
That's it. And Michelle, thank you so much for what you're doing for the community. I mean, every community needs a go-to chocolate shop, and that's you for Huntsville. So appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys listening to this. Please share this episode with somebody. They need to hear what they got here in town, that they have the best chocolate shop I'm saying the universe, right here in Huntsville. That's another thing to put us on the map. And you're doing a great job serving the community as well. So keep up the great work. Appreciate you guys listening. We'll see you guys next week on the Huntsville Hustle podcast.
Thank you.